Hi there everybody, this is David, and today I want to talk about Square Enix and what they might have coming down the pike, because we really don't know much of anything that they have coming up. They really have like one game, one big good game being announced, and that's pretty much it. The rest of their calendar release is pretty much empty, pretty much dead. They are still kind of going through that restructuring program right now, so we shouldn't really expect much, but you know, remakes are the bread and butter of what Square Enix has been doing, and they're also kind of like dropping some hints, and two big hints came up really recently, so I want to go over all that and what might be coming from Square Enix today, and I definitely do think this is worth the sub as you come and you join a party and you level on up with me. Thank you so much for your sub, your like, and your brand new hype. It helps me out a ton. So right now, the only game that we really know that is really definitely coming out from Square Enix this year is The Adventures of Elliot, which is going to be coming out on June the 18th. We really don't know anything else. However, in less than a month from today, on May 27th, so just in about 30 or so days, Dragon Quest Day will be coming up, and we know that Dragon Quest remakes have been huge for Square Enix right now. During this 3-year restructuring program, they've been pretty much coasting on by with remakes of a lot of their other games, as well as Dragon Quest remakes that we've seen 1, 2, 3, and 7. Then we also know that, 10 frickin' years ago, I feel like it was 10 years, it's been a hot minute, we got that little teeny tiny teaser trailer for Dragon Quest 12, and then we heard hide nor hair of it ever since. So right now, hopefully we will not only hear about the next game in the Dragon Quest series that's going to receive a remake, but hopefully we will also hear some more news in regards to Dragon Quest 12. I do think it is high time that we got Dragon Quest 12 coming out. So yeah, I think that would be really exciting for us. I know that Yuji Horii was talking about the Dragon Quest remakes, and he even said, the only reason why you put out 7 now instead of 4, 5, and 6 is because 7 was done first, which indicates that 4, 5, and 6 just weren't done, that they were just being worked on. Yuji Horii also cannot keep his mouth shut, as we all know. The old man is my favorite. He's my spirit animal. He's wondrous, and he just says what's ever on his mind. And he not only said that, yeah, I would like for there to be a remake of Chrono Trigger, but then he also went on to say, I can't talk about it, don't ask me about it, and I can't say because I will get in trouble when asked about Chrono Trigger. He could have easily just said, oh, no, we're not doing that, that's off the table. But he didn't. He said, don't ask me about it, I'll get in trouble. So also, another thing that we know about Chrono Trigger is that these little formisms, that's what they're called, these little formisms, these little statuettes, these little dolls are on sale, and they're going to be released in September. Square normally has 1 game per season, and we know that Dragon Quest 7 was kind of their winterish game, and then we're going to be having Elliot coming in as their summer game, and then maybe Chrono Trigger be coming in as their fall game, because these little statues are scheduled for this fall. And then also more of them came out. There was new Chrono Trigger plushies spotted at the Square Enix musical concert of a new Frog as well as Robo. So we're just missing like Ayla and Luca. So where are and Magus? That'd be cool. Where are they? What is going on there? Speaking of what's going on, we know that a Final Fantasy IX remake is in the works. We know this. Well, we don't know it, but we know 99% that it is, because Nate the Hate has been leaking about it constantly, but his last time he talked about it, he said that the remake is on hold. He says it's on ice. He doesn't know why it has been put on hold, but they might be having some issues with certain parts. And we also know that whenever the Final Fantasy IX anniversary came around, they launched this major website for it. They did this huge teaser thing with Final Fantasy XIV, this major crossover tie-in event. It had Zidane, it had Vivi, it had Garnet, it had the airship, it had everything else from Final Fantasy IX, and we're all thinking, okay, well, you know, they're doing this for Final Fantasy IX. We have this major website, we have this crossover event with 14, so the 9 remake is right around the corner. Apparently, they ran into some sort of snafu and has been put on hold, but I think that they were going to release it then, but maybe they will be releasing it this year since the release date is so dry. Now, similar to how Final Fantasy IX had that website go up and everything for its anniversary, well, another Final Fantasy game that we all know and love is celebrating its 25th anniversary this year, and an anniversary website for it just launched too. This is Final Fantasy X. It is celebrating 25 years on July the 19th of this year. And there's some really cool stuff over on this website, including vinyls of the music, even some books, and some little goodies. So yeah, some little like plushy dolls of Tidus, Yuna, Waka, Ruru, not Lulu, Ruru, Aaron, not Orin, yeah, and then Backpack. That could not possibly be her name in Japanese. Backpack. That is so funny. But what's not funny and what is really exciting to me, this is the most exciting news of all as far as I'm concerned. It is Square Enix has just today, launched a survey about the Star Ocean series. It is only available to people in Japan, though. Very unfortunate, because this year is marking the 30th anniversary of the series. Woo freaking who. We saw a fantastic remake of Star Ocean Second Story that came out not that long ago. It was absolutely wonderful, done by Gem Drops. Gem Drops has been kind of quiet lately. They haven't really been doing much. Maybe it's because they're undercover working on yet another remake of Star Ocean. Or maybe they're going to let them, cut loose and develop, Star Ocean 7. We don't really know what's going on right there. But there were some questions in there in regards to a Star Ocean 7, what people might like to see in a new remake. I would love to see a remake of Star Ocean 3 and get rid of that MP death and maybe revamp that infamous plot twist too. Don't just remaster it, give it a good remake and do it right this time. It even acknowledges Star Ocean Blue Sphere, which is the Game Boy Color release. It's kind of like a weirdo pseudo sequel to Star Ocean 2. It was only released in Japan, only on the Game Boy Color. It's not that great. I played it all the way through, kind of translation patch, played it all the way through. Wasn't all that hot, but they acknowledged it. Maybe we'll get a real remake of that. Or, and this is what I think is the biggest possibility that we might be getting out of this, a new console version of Amnesis. So Star Ocean, just like every single other JRPG under the sun, had a mobile game. And that mobile game came, went, and died. Just like all mobile games do. And as we know, a lot of companies, not just Square Enix, but a lot of companies are going on through and they're looking at their mobile catalog and they're saying, hey, can we actually make a console game out of this? Square Enix did it with Octopus Traveler 0. They also did it with Fantasia Neo Dimension. We're seeing it coming up this summer with another Eden. We've even seen Gust do it with Atelier Reslariana. So it's a really popular model for them to do. And this game, this mobile game, was created as a celebration of Star Ocean's 20th anniversary. It's now the 30th anniversary, and it is a celebration of all things past. Because pretty much, basically, You're on the spaceship, you're out looking for planets, you're surprise attacked by pirates, you gotta go through warp speed, and then you come up to this abandoned planet, this underdeveloped planet, where you happen upon this mysterious woman who is able to cast powerful symbology magic to summon warriors from throughout time and space. So yeah, it is a love letter to the Star Ocean series. So I think that this might be a possibility that we might see a console version of Star Ocean Amnesis. That would be really cool. I would love to just see another Star Ocean game in general. I would love to see a Star Ocean 7. Star Ocean 6, if you remember, actually both 5 and 6. Star Ocean 5 came out of nowhere, and then I thought that the series was going to be dead because Star Ocean 5 sucked. It was really terrible. Awful. So then I thought, okay, this is it. This is the death knell for Star Ocean. That's it. And then Star Ocean 6 came out. We're like, whoa, where did that come from? Unfortunately, it flew under the radar because it came out in 2022, along with like 50 billion other games by Square Enix, all within like a 3-month period. Kind of ridiculous. So hopefully they still see something in the Star Ocean series. They are going for quality over quantity. They have a new CEO and they're going for quality releases now, which is really good. So imagine a high budget Star Ocean, you know, like that would be amazing. A high budget Star Ocean 7, something to come out and celebrate this 30th anniversary. Now, we again don't know what they have coming down the pike, but these are all really good things that I think will be coming because Square Enix cannot survive on Adventures of Elliot alone. They have to have something, at least something, coming up for the Christmas holiday to take advantage of those sales and everything. But now I want to hear from y'all. What do you think is going to be coming? Do you think it's going to be Chrono Trigger? Do you think it's going to be another Dragon Quest remake? Dragon Quest 12? Do you think it's going to be Final Fantasy 9 finally off hold? Maybe a Final Fantasy 10 remake or remaster, even though we've already seen that how many times now? Maybe that mysterious rumored Final Fantasy 10-3 will be coming out. Maybe another Star Ocean. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, have a good day.